You're in London tonight. The rain is falling softly. You're walking with us on night journeys. The streets are wet and glowing under the lamps. The air smells clean. The city feels different in the rain. Quieter, gentler. But for now, just walk with us. Just breathe. The rain will keep falling. We'll keep moving. That's all you need to do. The pavement is dark and shining. Your footsteps make a soft sound. Each step lands on wet stone. The rain taps lightly on your shoulders. It taps on the ground. It taps on the edges of buildings. The sound is steady. It doesn't change. You can hear it all around you. It fills the space between the buildings. It softens the edges of the city. You don't need to think about where you're going. You're just walking. The rain is just falling. That's enough. There's a glow ahead. A large clock face hangs high above the street. The light behind it is soft and golden. The rain blurs the edges slightly. You can't see the hands clearly from here, but you can see the shape. You can see the light. It feels familiar. It feels like London. You keep walking toward it. The pavement is smooth under your feet. The rain keeps tapping. Your breath is steady. In and out. Slow and easy. The street opens up. You're walking along a wide stone path now. To your left, there's a low wall. Beyond the wall, you can hear water. The river is moving slowly. You can't see it clearly in the dark, but you can hear it. A soft rushing sound, a gentle lapping against stone. The rain is falling on the water. It makes thousands of tiny sounds, soft impacts, ripples spreading. The surface of the river is alive with movement. You stop for a moment. You listen. The rain, the river, your breath, nothing else. There are lights across the water, tall buildings with windows glowing. The light reflects on the wet stone embankment. It reflects on the river. Long streaks of gold and white. They stretch and bend with the current. The reflections shimmer. They never stay still. You watch them for a moment. Then you keep walking. Your footsteps echo slightly against the stone. The rain continues, soft and steady, always the same. A bus passes slowly on the street behind you. It's red, double-decker. The engine hums low. The tires hiss on the wet road. You hear it approach. You hear it pass. You hear it fade. Then the rain fills the space again. The rain is always there. It never stops. It never gets louder. It just continues, like breathing, like heartbeat, steady and calm. You're walking beside the river now. The embankment stretches ahead. Lampposts line the path. Each one casts a soft circle of light. The light touches the wet stone. It touches the rain. It makes the air glow faintly. You walk from one circle of light to the next, in and out of brightness, in and out of shadow. The rhythm is soothing. You don't think about it. You just move. One step, then another. The rain taps on your head. It taps on your shoulders. It slides down your coat. You're warm enough. You're dry enough. You're fine. There's a railing along the embankment. Black iron, wet with rain. You reach out and touch it lightly as you pass. The metal is cold, smooth, slick with water. Your fingers slide along it for a moment. Then you let go. You keep walking. The river keeps moving. The rain keeps falling. Everything continues. Nothing changes. That's what makes it peaceful. That's what makes it safe. Ahead, there's a bridge. A wide pedestrian bridge crossing the river. The structure is dark against the sky. You can see the lines of it. Cables, rails, the curve of the walkway. There are lights along the sides, small lights. They glow softly. They guide the way across. You step onto the bridge The surface is smooth, a little different from the stone embankment. Your footsteps sound slightly different here, a little more hollow, a little more metallic. The rain hits the bridge deck, it hits the cables, it hits the railings. Each surface has its own sound. Together, they make a quiet music, soft and layered. You don't need to listen closely. It's just there. It surrounds you. And you're halfway across now. You stop. You look down at the river. The water is dark, almost black. The rain makes patterns on the surface, tiny circles spreading and overlapping. The reflections from the city lights ripple and bend, gold and white and orange. They stretch across the water like paint, like something alive. You watch for a moment. Your breath fogs slightly in the cool air. The rain touches your face, gentle, cool, clean. You breathe in, you breathe out. Then you keep walking. The bridge slopes down slightly. You're crossing to the other side. The city opens up ahead. More buildings, more lights, more wet streets. The rain doesn't change. It's the same rain that was falling when you started. It will be the same rain when you finish. There's comfort in that. There's no surprise, no sudden shift. Just rain, just walking, just breath. You step off the bridge. The ground is stone again, pavement, solid and wet. You turn down a narrower street. The buildings here are older, brick and stone, dark windows. A few are lit from inside, warm yellow light. The glow spills onto the wet pavement. You can see curtains, shadows moving inside, lives continuing quietly. You're outside, passing through. A quiet witness, nothing more. The street curves gently. The buildings lean in slightly, not much, just enough to make the space feel smaller, more contained. The rain echoes a little here. It bounces off the brick, off the stone, off the pavement. The sound is richer, fuller. You can hear your footsteps more clearly, each one distinct. Wet sole on wet stone. The rhythm is steady. You're not in a hurry. There's nowhere you need to be. You're just walking. The rain is just falling. That's all. The street lamp flickers slightly. Just once. Then it steadies. The light is warm. A soft orange glow. It lights the rain as it falls. You can see each drop for a moment. A streak of light. Then it's gone, hitting the ground, joining the puddles, becoming part of the whole. You walk under the lamp. You feel the light on your face. Then you move past it, into shadow again. The rain doesn't stop. It follows you. It surrounds you. It's always there. There's an alley to your right. Narrow, dark. You can hear water dripping from a drain pipe. A steady drip, slower than the rain. A different rhythm. You don't turn down the alley. You stay on the main street. You keep walking. The buildings continue. Brick, stone, a few painted fronts. Dark green, deep red. The paint is wet. It looks darker in the rain. Everything looks darker, softer, less defined. The rain blurs the edges. It makes everything gentle. You pass a row of townhouses, tall and narrow, steps leading up to each front door, black iron railings. Some have lights on. Most are dark. You can hear the rain hitting the steps, hitting the railings, hitting the small front gardens. The sound is varied, textured, alive. You don't need to think about it. Your brain processes it all. It finds the pattern. It finds the rhythm. It relaxes. That's what rain does. It tells your brain that everything is safe. Everything is calm. You can rest. A taxi passes. Black. The engine is quiet. The tires hiss on the wet road. The headlights sweep across the buildings, across the rain. Then it's gone, turning a corner, disappearing. The street is empty again. Just you, just the rain, just the sound of your footsteps, just the glow of the street lamps. Nothing else matters. Nothing else is needed. You turn down another street. This one is wider. The buildings are set back a little. There are trees along the pavement, bare branches, winter trees. The rain drips from the branches. It makes a different sound, softer, more scattered, like whispers, like secrets. You walk under the trees. The rain still reaches you, but it's filtered, gentler. You can hear the drops hitting the leaves that remain, a soft patter, a quiet rustle. Then they fall to the ground, joining the puddles, joining the flow. The puddles are everywhere, dark mirrors on the pavement. They reflect the street lamps. They reflect the sky. They reflect the buildings. You walk through them. Your feet disturb the reflections. The images break apart. Then slowly, they come back together. The water settles. The reflections return. You keep walking. The puddles keep reflecting. The rain keeps falling. Everything continues. Everything repeats. That's the comfort. That's the peace. There's a small park to your left, fenced in, black iron railings, wet and shining. You can see benches inside, empty, wet. The grass is dark. The paths are darker. A few trees stand in the center. Their branches reach up into the rain, into the darkness. You can hear the rain hitting the leaves, hitting the grass, hitting the paths. It's a softer sound here, more open, less echoing. You pause by the fence. You look in. The park is still. The park is quiet. The park is empty. Just rain, just darkness, just calm. You move on. The street continues. The buildings continue. The rain continues. Your breath continues. In and out, slow and steady. You don't need to think about breathing. Your body does it for you. You don't need to think about walking. Your legs carry you forward. You don't need to think about the rain. It falls whether you think about it or not. You can just be here, just moving, just present. That's all. Another bus passes. Red, slow. The windows are fogged. You can see shapes inside. People sitting, quiet, still, going home, going somewhere. It doesn't matter. The bus moves on. The sound fades. The rain fills the space again. Always the rain, always steady, always soft, always there. You're walking down a residential street now. Rows of houses on both sides. Some have lights in the windows. Some are dark. You can see curtains. You can see walls painted in warm colors. You can see bookshelves. You can see lamps. Little glimpses of other lives, other nights, other people finding their own quiet. You're not part of those lives. You're just passing by. A shadow in the rain. A walker in the night. That's enough. That's all you need to be. The street slopes down slightly. The water runs along the gutter. It gathers in the low places. It forms streams, small rivers flowing toward the drains. You can hear the water moving, a soft gurgling, a gentle rushing. It's soothing. It's constant. It's part of the rain, part of the night, part of the walk. You follow the slope down. Your footsteps splash lightly in a thin layer of water. The sound is soft, barely there, but you hear it. You notice it. Then you let it go. The street levels out. The buildings change slightly. A little taller, a little older. Stone facades, arched windows. The architecture feels heavier here, more solid, more permanent. The rain doesn't care. It falls on old stone the same way it falls on new brick. It washes everything equally. It softens everything equally. You keep walking. The rain keeps falling. The night continues. And so do you. You turn a corner. The street opens wider. Ahead, you can see a glow in the distance. Pale gold light, spread across buildings, across stone, across the wet pavement that leads you forward. The rain continues, soft, even, always the same. Your breath keeps its rhythm, in through your nose, out through your mouth, slow, steady, unhurried. The buildings on either side are tall now. 4 stories, 5, made of pale stone. You can see the texture, the grain, the joints between blocks. The rain runs down the stone in thin streams, dark lines against pale surfaces. It catches the light from the street lamps. It shimmers, it moves, it never stops. You pass a doorway, dark wood, heavy brass handle, wet and gleaming. The steps leading up are slick, smooth. You can see the worn centers where feet have walked for years, for decades, maybe longer. The rain pools in the shallow dips, small mirrors, reflecting nothing but darkness and a little bit of yellow light. You keep walking. Your pace doesn't change. You don't rush. You don't slow. Just forward. Just one step, and then another. The sound of your footsteps mixes with the rain. A soft rhythm, a pattern. It doesn't demand attention. It just continues. You pass a window, tall, narrow. The glass is old. You can tell by the slight ripple, the slight distortion. Inside, there's a lamp, warm light, a chair, a bookshelf. No one visible, just a room, quiet, still. You move past it. The light fades behind you. The rain doesn't. There's a corner ahead. You reach it. You turn. The street narrows slightly. The buildings press in a little closer. The sound changes. The rain echoes more here, bounces off walls, off stone, off glass. It creates a kind of enclosed feeling, safe, sheltered. Even though you're outside, even though the rain is falling on you, you can feel it, on your shoulders, on your head. Light, barely there, just a presence, just a reminder that you're here, that you're moving, that you're part of the night. The pavement is darker here, older. The stones are uneven, not by much, just enough to notice. Your feet adjust, your body adjusts, without thinking, without effort. You walk, the rain falls, the night continues. A lamppost stands on your right, black iron, wet. The light inside is warm. Amber, it casts a circle on the ground, a pool of light in the darkness. You walk through it. The light touches you. Then you're past it, back in shadow. The transition is smooth, gentle, nothing jarring, nothing sudden. You pass another building. This one has a railing in front, iron, painted black, wet from the rain. You can see the drops clinging to the bars, hanging, waiting. Some fall, some stay. It doesn't matter. The rain will replace them. The rain always continues. Beyond the railing, there's a small courtyard, brick walls, a few plants in pots, wet leaves, dark soil, everything still, everything quiet. You move on. The railing ends. The street continues. Ahead, you can see the street slopes down, just slightly, just enough to notice the angle. The water runs along the gutter, faster here, moving downhill, following gravity, following the path of least resistance. You follow the street. Your feet carry you forward, down the gentle slope. The rain keeps pace with you, falling at the same rate, always present, always soft, never demanding. There's a sound to your left, a soft hiss, a vehicle, tires on wet pavement. You glance, a taxi, black, shining, moving slowly. The headlights cut through the rain. Two beams of white light. They pass over the wet street, over the buildings, over you. Then the taxi is past. The sound fades. The rain fills the space again. Always the rain. Always steady. Always there. You reach the bottom of the slope. The street levels out, opens slightly. You can see more sky now. Not much. Just a strip above the buildings. Dark. Featureless. The rain comes from that darkness. Endless. Constant. You don't look up for long. You look ahead. At the street. At the pavement. At the path forward. That's all you need. That's all there is. The buildings here are different. Brick. Red brick. Older. The windows are smaller. The doors are painted. Dark green. Dark blue. Each one different. Each one the same. Wet. Reflecting. Quiet. You pass a window with curtains. Thick fabric. Drawn closed. But there's light behind them. A warm glow. Orange. Soft. You can't see inside. You don't need to. The light is enough. The suggestion of warmth, of shelter, of life continuing quietly behind closed doors. You keep walking. Your breath continues its pattern. In and out. In and out. You don't think about it. It happens. Your body knows what to do. Your legs know how to walk. Your feet know how to find the ground. Step after step. Steady. Reliable. The rain knows how to fall. The night knows how to be dark. Everything knows its place. Everything continues. There's a small alley on your right. Narrow. Dark. You can see a few feet in. Then shadow. You don't turn. You continue straight. The main street. The wider path. The way forward. The alley passes. The buildings continue. Brick and stone. Windows and doors. Wet surfaces. Reflected light. The same elements. Arranged differently. But always familiar. Always safe. You pass a lamppost. Another pool of light. You walk through it. The rain visible in the beam. Falling. Always falling. You see each drop for a moment. A streak of silver. A line of light. Then you're past. Back in the softer darkness. The rain's still there. Still falling. Just less visible. Less defined. More felt than seen. The street curves gently to the left. You follow it. The curve is gradual. Easy. Your path bends with the street. The buildings on your right slide past. The buildings on your left appear ahead. The perspective shifts. Slowly. Naturally. You don't notice the change as much as you experience it. The rain curves with you. Falls on the curved street. Runs along the curved gutter. Everything follows the same path. There's a sound behind you. Footsteps. Someone else walking. You don't turn. You just listen. The footsteps are steady, calm, moving at their own pace. Not catching up. Not falling behind. Just there. Another person. Another walker in the rain. The sound continues for a while. Then it fades. They've turned somewhere. Gone a different way. You're alone again. Just you and the rain and the street ahead. You pass a bench. Black metal. Wet. The seat is covered in water. A thin layer. Smooth. Unbroken. No one sits here. Not in the rain. Not at night. The bench waits. Empty. Patient. You walk past. The bench stays behind. You move forward. That's the pattern. Things appear. You pass them. They fade behind you. The rain doesn't fade. The rain comes with you. The buildings grow quieter here. Fewer lights. More darkness. It's not unsafe. Just calmer. Deeper into the night. Deeper into the quiet. You can still see. The street lamps still glow. The pavement is still visible. Just softer. Just more subdued. You walk. The rain falls. Your breath continues. Everything continues. There's a tree ahead. Growing from a square cut in the pavement. Its branches reach up. Bare. No leaves. Just branches. Dark against the dark sky. The rain falls through them, hits them, drips from them. You can hear it, a slightly different sound, softer, more scattered. You walk beneath the tree, the branches overhead, the rain still reaching you, still falling, still soft. You pass the tree, the branches behind you now, the open sky above again. The rain unchanged. You reach another corner. You turn right. The new street is similar, residential, quiet. The buildings line both sides, brick facades, small front gardens, iron railings, everything wet, everything still. You walk down the center of the pavement. Your footsteps echo slightly, soft echoes, gentle. The sound doesn't travel far. The rain absorbs it, the night absorbs it. Everything stays close, everything stays contained. A window close ahead, ground floor. The curtains are open. You can see inside as you approach. A hallway, wooden floor, a mirror on the wall, a coat rack. Simple, empty of people, just a space, just a glimpse. You pass. The window slides by. The view ends. You're back to walls, to closed curtains, to the privacy of others. You don't mind. You're not here to see inside. You're here to walk, to move, to be in the rain. The street continues straight, long, consistent. The buildings repeat, not identical, but similar. The rhythm of windows, of doors, of small front steps. It creates a pattern, a visual pattern, a spatial pattern. You walk through it. You become part of it. Another element moving through the night, through the rain, through the city. There's a sound overhead, soft, a window opening. You glance up, just briefly. A window on the second floor. Someone looking out. You can see a shape, a silhouette. They don't call out. They just look. At the night, the rain, at the street below. You look forward again. You keep walking. The window closes. Soft sound, faint, then gone. You continue. The rain continues. The night continues. You pass a small wall, brick, waist-height. Behind it, a tiny front garden. A few plants, wet, dark. You can't tell what they are. Just shapes, just greenery. The rain falls on them, gentle, nourishing. The plants don't move. They just receive. They just wait. You move on. The wall ends. The pavement continues. Your path continues. The street lamp ahead is dimmer. Older bulb perhaps, or just distance making it seem that way. You walk toward it. It doesn't grow brighter. It stays dim, steady, reliable in its own way. You pass beneath it. The light touches you, weak, gentle. Then you're past, into the space between lamps, the darker stretch. The rain is louder here, more present, less competing with light. Just sound, just sensation, just the steady patter on pavement, on stone, on you. You can hear water running, not just rain, but collected water. A drain somewhere, taking the water down, into the ground, into the system beneath the streets. The sound is constant, a low gurgle, a soft rush. You pass near it. The sound grows slightly louder, then fades as you move on. The drain behind you now, doing its work, unseen, unnoticed, except for the sound. The street begins to slope upward, gentle, barely noticeable, but you feel it in your legs. A slight increase in effort, not much, just a change. Your breath stays the same. Your pace stays the same. Just the angle changes. The rain doesn't care. It falls the same on uphill streets as it does on flat ones. Gravity pulls it down, always down, while you walk up, just slightly, just enough to feel the change. A bus passes on your left. Red, double-decker, moving slowly. The windows are lit. Soft yellow light. You can see passengers inside, sitting, still. Some looking at phones, some looking out, some looking at nothing. The bus moves past. Its sound fades. The rain returns to fill the space. The rain always returns. You reach the top of the slope. The street levels, opens a bit. There's a small square ahead, not large, just a widening of the street, a few benches, a small patch of paving, wet, shining, empty. You walk through it, across it. Your footsteps sound different here, more open, less enclosed. The rain sounds different too, less echoing, more dispersed. You cross the square, reach the other side, enter another street. The buildings close in again. The sound changes back, enclosed, sheltered, familiar. This street is narrower. The buildings are taller, or they feel taller, closer together. The space above is smaller, a strip of dark sky. Rain falling through it, falling into the narrow channel of the street. You walk down the center, your path straight, your pace steady. The rain falls, the night holds. Everything continues, everything remains. You pass a street lamp. Its light reflects in the wet pavement below. A long oval shape, blurred at the edges. You walk through it. Your footsteps sound different in the light, slightly sharper. Then you move past, back into the darker stretch. The rain continues, steady, soft. It falls on your shoulders, on your head, on the street around you. You can hear it landing. Thousands of tiny impacts, each one quiet. Together they create a gentle hum, a background sound that never stops, never changes, just continues, always there. The narrow street ahead curves slightly to the right. You follow it. The buildings guide you. Their walls close on either side. Brick, stone, old. The windows are dark mostly. A few show light, warm yellow, behind curtains, behind glass. You don't look long. You just notice, then move on. Your breath is steady, in and out, calm. The air is cool, damp. You can feel it on your face, on your hands. It's not uncomfortable, just present, just part of the night, part of the walk. The curve straightens. The street opens slightly, still narrow, but less enclosed. You can see further ahead now. Another lamp, another stretch of wet pavement, another section of brick buildings. You move toward it. Your pace doesn't change. Steady, consistent. One foot, then the other. Again, again. The rain falls on the street, on the buildings, on everything. It's been raining for a while now. The surfaces are fully wet. Puddles have formed in low spots. Small pools of water. Dark, reflecting nothing. Just sitting there. Growing slowly. You step around them. Your path adjusts. Slightly left, slightly right. Then straight again. The water stays in place, undisturbed except by rain. You hear a car in the distance, behind you perhaps, or on a parallel street. The sound is muffled, soft. It doesn't come closer. It just exists somewhere, then fades, gone. The rain fills the space it left. The rain always fills the space. You reach another junction. Another street crosses yours. You pause, not long, just a moment. You look left, empty. You look right. A single car passes, slowly, its tires on wet road. A soft hissing sound. Red tail lights glow, bright in the darkness. Then dimmer, then gone around a corner. You cross. You continue straight. The street on the other side is similar. Narrow, wet, lined with buildings. You enter it. The rain doesn't change. Your pace doesn't change. Everything continues as before. There's a small shop on your right, closed. The windows are dark, but you can see shapes inside. Shelves, products, a counter. The door is recessed, protected slightly from the rain. Water hasn't pooled there. Just the pavement in front is wet. You pass it, move on. Another building, then another, all similar, all quiet, all part of the street, part of the night. The street lamp ahead is brighter than the last, newer perhaps. The light it casts is whiter, less yellow, more clean. You approach it. The circle of light on the ground is sharper, better defined. You step into it. Everything becomes slightly clearer. The details of the pavement, the texture of the wet stone, the edges of the puddles. Then you step out, back into the softer light between lamps, back into the familiar darkness. The rain sounds louder here, or maybe you just notice it more, without bright light distracting you. Just sound, just the steady patter, on stone, on brick, on you. Your footsteps continue. UE. Wet, rhythmic, reliable. A bicycle passes you on the left, moving slowly. The rider hunched slightly. Hood up. They don't look at you. They just pass, pedaling steadily. The bike's tires on wet pavement make almost no sound, just a faint whisper. Then they're ahead of you, moving away, into the darkness. You watch for a moment, then they're too far, just a shape, then nothing. You continue walking. The street continues. The rain continues. You pass a row of buildings with small front gardens, tiny spaces, just a few feet deep. Iron railings separate them from the pavement. Black metal, wet, shining slightly. Behind the railings, plants, bushes, small trees, all dark, all wet. The rain falls on them, on their leaves, a different sound, softer, more rustling, less sharp than rain on stone. You can hear it as you pass, a gentle variation. Then you're past, back to stone, back to pavement. The garden ends, the buildings continue. More brick, more windows, more doors, all the same, all different. You don't study them, you just see them, peripherally, as you walk, as you move forward. The street slopes downward now, gently, barely noticeable at first, but you feel it in your legs, in your balance. Walking downhill is easier, requires less effort. Your pace stays the same, but it feels lighter, less resistance. The rain doesn't care about slopes. It falls the same, vertical, steady, pulled down by gravity, just like you're being pulled, just like everything, down, always down. The slope continues for a while, not steep, just constant. You keep walking, keep descending. The buildings don't change, the street doesn't widen, just the angle shifts, just the feeling of going down, of moving lower. Then it levels, gradually. The slope eases, flattens. You are walking on level ground again. The change is subtle, but present. You notice it, then stop noticing it. Then it's just walking again, normal, steady, continuing. You see a bus stop ahead. On your right, a shelter, glass and metal, lit from inside. Faint light, empty. No one waiting, no one sitting. Just the shelter itself. Standing there, the rain hits the glass roof. You can hear it, a sharper sound, clearer, like tapping, like tiny fingers drumming. You pass the shelter. The sound fades behind you. Back to rain on pavement, rain on stone. The familiar sound, the constant sound. The street ahead is straight, long. You can see down it. Several lamps, pools of light, stretches of darkness between them. You walk into it, this long, straight section. Your path clear. No turns, no decisions. Just forward, just continuation. Your breath is still steady. Your body is warm from walking. The rain is cool. The contrast is comfortable, not unpleasant, just balanced. You're aware of both, the warmth inside, the cool outside. They exist together. There's a small van parked on the left. White, wet. Water droplets cover it completely. The windows are dark. No one inside, just parked, waiting. You pass it. Your reflection appears briefly in its side window. A dark shape, moving, then gone. You don't look back. You just continue. The rain continues. The night continues. You pass another building, then another. They're becoming less distinct. Not because they're changing, but because you've been walking for a while now. The rhythm has settled. The pattern has established. You notice less. You just move. One foot, then the other. Again, again. The rain provides the soundtrack. Steady, unchanging, reliable. You can count on it. You can rest in it. It will keep falling. You will keep walking. Everything will keep continuing. That's all there is. That's all there needs to be. You reach another corner, another junction. This time you turn left. The street opens slightly, wider, still residential, still lined with buildings, but more space, more air. The rain sounds different here, less enclosed, more open. It falls into a larger space. You walk down the center, away from the buildings. Your footsteps echo slightly, soft, distant, then absorbed. The lamp ahead is on the right. You walk toward it. The light reaches you before you reach it. Soft, gentle, illuminating the rain. You can see the drops now, falling through the light. Thousands of them. Tiny streaks, vertical lines. Moving, always moving. Down, always down. You watch for a moment. Still walking, still moving forward. Then you're under the lamp, then past it. The rain becomes invisible again. Just sound, just sensation, just presence. You keep walking. The wider street continues. You pass more buildings, more windows, some lit, most dark. You don't wonder about the people inside. You just see the windows. Just notice the light or the absence of it. That's enough. That's all. A taxi passes on your right. Black. Classic shape. Its headlights cut through the darkness. Bright. Then past you. The tail lights glow red. Then dimmer. Then it turns. Gone. The sound of its engine fades. The rain returns. The rain always returns. To fill the space. To be the sound. To be the constant. You're grateful for it. Not consciously. Not in words. Just in the way you keep walking. Keep breathing. Keep being here. In this moment. In this rain. On this street. In this city. At this time. Everything aligned. Everything present. Everything continuing. The street narrows again. Gradually, the buildings close in. You're back in a tighter space. More intimate. More sheltered. The rain sounds closer. More immediate. Like it's falling just for you. Just around you. You can hear each drop more clearly. On stone. On brick. On the pavement ahead. On your shoulders. Each impact registered. Each sound noted. Then released. Then the next one. And the next. Endless. Infinite. But not overwhelming. Just present. Just there. You pass a building with scaffolding, metal poles, wet, dark. The structure rises above you. Temporary. Industrial. The rain hits the metal. A different sound. Sharper. More resonant. Like tiny bells. Faint. Musical almost. You pass under it. The sound changes. Louder. More enclosed. Then you're past. Back to open air. Back to rain on stone. The scaffolding behind you now. Part of the wall. Part of the memory. Part of what was. Not what is. You're already moving forward. Already somewhere else. The street curves right. You follow it. The curve is gentle, not sharp. Just a gradual bend. The buildings guide you. Their walls showing the way. You don't think about direction. You just follow. Trust the path. Trust the street. It knows where it's going. You're just walking it, just moving through it. That's your role. That's enough. The curve straightens. You're facing a different direction now. You don't know which. It doesn't matter. Forward is forward, regardless of compass points, regardless of maps. Just forward, just continuing, just the next step, and the next. The rain doesn't care about direction either. It just falls. Wherever you are, however you're oriented, it finds you. It falls on you. It continues its own journey. Down, always down. You continue yours. Forward, always forward. You see a small park ahead, on your left, not large, just a pocket of green. Railings surround it, black iron, wet. The gate is closed, locked for the night. Inside, you can see trees, dark shapes, and grass, wet. The rain falls on all of it, on the leaves, on the ground. You can hear it, softer than rain on pavement, more absorbing. The earth takes it in, drinks it, uses it. You walk alongside the park. The railings pass on your left. One post, then another, rhythmic, regular. Then the park ends. The railings end. Buildings return. Brick, stone, windows, doors. The familiar pattern, the expected continuation. You're comfortable with it. You know what to expect. Not because you've been here before, but because you've been walking. Because the rhythm has settled. Because you understand the pattern now. How streets work. How buildings stand. How rain falls. How walking feels. It's all familiar, all known, all safe. You keep moving through it. Your footsteps keep sounding wet, soft, steady. The rain keeps falling, gentle, constant, endless. Everything keeps continuing. That's the truth of it. That's the reality. Nothing stops. Nothing ends. Everything just continues in its own way, at its own pace. You're part of that. One element in the continuation. Walking, breathing, being, here, now, in the rain, in the night, in London, on this street, in this moment. That's all. That's everything. You turn left. The street widens. You're moving towards something larger. You can feel the change. The buildings pull back slightly. The space opens. And then you see it. Water. Dark. Wide. Moving slowly ahead of you. The river. You've reached the river. The embankment stretches before you. Stone. Wet. Solid. The rain falls on it. On the wide paving. On the low wall that separates the path from the water. You step onto it. The sound changes. More open. Less enclosed. The buildings are behind you now. To your right. The river is to your left. Open. Dark. Reflecting what little light reaches it. You can see the surface. Disturbed by rain. Each drop creates a tiny circle. A ripple. They overlap. Infinite patterns. Constantly changing. Never the same twice. But always similar. Always rain on water. You walk along the embankment. Your footsteps sound different here. More exposed. The stone is smooth. Well worn. Generations have walked this path. You're just one more. On moment. In a long history of moments. But you don't think about that. You just walk. Just move forward. Just continue. The rain falls on you. On the stone. On the river. Everything receives it equally. The air feels different here. More open. There's a slight sense of space. Of emptiness beside you where the water moves. You can't see far across it. The darkness hides the other side. But you know it's there. You can sense the width, the distance, the separation between here and there. A light appears ahead, tall, rising above the embankment. A street lamp, old style, cast iron, ornate, Victorian, the kind London keeps, the kind that defines the look of this place. The rain catches its light, becomes visible as it falls through the glow. Tiny streaks, brief, then gone into darkness below. You pass under the lamp. It illuminates you for a moment. Then you're past, moving into the space between lights. The next one ahead, always another one ahead. They mark the path, they guide you, they show the way without saying anything. Just light, just presence, just there. You glance left, toward the water. You can see reflections now, lights from the other side, distant, wavering. The rain disturbs them, makes them shimmer, makes them uncertain. They stretch and compress, lengthen and shorten, never still, never fixed, but always there, always glowing across the dark water. You keep walking. The embankment continues, long, straight, purposeful. This is a path meant for walking, for moving alongside the river, for being between the city and the water. You're in that space now, that in-between place, not quite urban, not quite natural. Both, neither. Just the embankment, just the path, just where you are. The rain continues its work, wetting everything, making everything gleam. The stone beneath you, the wall beside you, the railings that appear occasionally. Black iron, simple, functional, wet. They shine dully in the lamplight. Rain runs down them, collects, drips. You can hear it, soft, irregular, adding to the overall sound, to the symphony of water, falling, running, dripping, flowing, all around you, all the time. A bus passes on the road to your right. Red, double-decker, moving slowly. Its lights sweep across the wet pavement. Its tires hiss on the water-covered road. Then it's gone. The sound fades. The lights move away. You're left with the rain again, with the river, with the path, with your footsteps. Nothing else, nothing more. You notice a bench ahead. Green, metal, wet, empty. Facing the river, waiting for someone who isn't there. Not tonight, not in this rain. It sits, it waits. It serves its purpose by being available, even if unused. You pass it. It becomes part of what was, not what is. You're already beyond it, already moving toward what comes next. The embankment curves slightly, not much, just a gentle bend following the river's course. You follow it, you don't choose. The path chooses. You just walk it, just accept its direction, just trust where it leads. The curve straightens again. You're facing a different angle now. The lights across the river have shifted. Different buildings, different reflections. Same river, same rain, same walking. The constants remain. The details change. That's the nature of it. That's how movement works. You're creating distance behind you, creating approach ahead of you, both happening simultaneously, both real, both true. The path widens. You notice more space around you. The embankment broadens. There's room here, room for more people. But there aren't more people. Just you, just the rain, just the width of wet stone spreading out. You stay to one side, near the river wall. That feels right. That feels natural. Staying near the edge, near the boundary, between the path and the water, between the wall and the river. You hear something ahead, different from the rain, different from the river. A structure, large. You can't see it clearly yet, but you sense it. Something crossing, something spanning. Then it emerges from the darkness. A bridge, wide, strong, crossing the river, connecting one side to the other. You're approaching it. The path leads toward it, under it, or across it. You'll see. You keep walking. The bridge grows larger, more defined. You can see its shape now. Its supports, its railings, its lights. They run along its length, marking its span, showing its path across the water. Rain falls on it, on its metal, on its stone. You can hear the sound changing as you get closer, the acoustic shift. The bridge affects how sound moves, how rain sounds, how everything echoes. You reach the point where the bridge begins, where it rises from the embankment. Stone steps lead up, wet, dark. You take them, one at a time. Your footsteps echo differently here, harder, more resonant. The bridge is above and around you now. You're entering its space, its structure. You climb, not far, just enough. Then you're on the bridge proper. The walkway, wide, pedestrian, made for crossing, made for this. The river is below you now, on both sides. You're suspended above it, moving across it. The rain falls on the bridge surface, on the metal railings, on whatever material covers the walkway. The sound is sharper here, more immediate, less absorbed. The bridge doesn't drink the rain like earth does. It receives it, lets it run off, channels it away. You walk steadily. The bridge stretches ahead. Lights mark the way. The railings run alongside, wet, cold, empty. You glance right, through the railings, down to the water. It's below you now, dark, moving. The rain disturbs its surface, creates patterns you can barely see. You look forward again, keep walking. The bridge is just a path, elevated, spanning, but still just a path, just a way forward. You're halfway across. The city rises on both sides now. Buildings, lights, windows, some lit, most dark. The rain falls between you and them. A curtain of water, thin, mostly invisible, but there, always there. You can feel it on your face, on your hands, on your shoulders. Gentle, persistent, constant. Your breath is steady. In, out, slow, calm, natural. You don't think about breathing. It just happens, like the rain, like the walking, like the river below. All of it happening, all of it continuing. You pass another lamp. The light catches the rain, makes it visible. Countless drops falling through the glow. Then darkness again, between this lamp and the next. The rhythm of light and shadow, of seeing and not seeing, of clarity and mystery. You're nearing the far side now. The bridge is ending. The path will return to ground level. Return to the embankment. Return to walking beside the river instead of above it. You take the steps down, carefully. Wet stone, easy to slip, but you don't slip. You're careful, steady, present. Each step deliberate, each step safe. Then you're down, back at river level, back on the embankment. The bridge behind you now. Another landmark passed, another section completed, another transition made. The path continues. Of course it does. It always continues. That's what paths do. That's their purpose. To continue, to connect, to lead. You follow. The embankment here looks similar to before the bridge. Stone, wide, lamps, railings, but it's different. You're on the other side now. Different buildings to your right. Different view across the river to your left. Same rain, same walking, same night, but different location, different specific place. You're still moving through London, still walking in rain, still following the river, but the details have shifted, subtly, quietly, the way things shift when you move, when you cover distance, when you go from one place to another. You notice the buildings to your right more clearly now. Tall, stone, old, windows in regular rows, some lit from within, warm light spilling out, most dark, empty, or sleeping, or just private. The rain runs down their walls, down their windows, seeking the ground, always seeking down, pulled by gravity, by nature, by the way things work. You keep the river to your left. The water moves at its own pace, slower than you. It's not going anywhere, just existing, just flowing, just being river. You're going somewhere, or you're not. It doesn't matter. You're walking. That's enough. That's all. A car passes. Quiet. Modern, electric maybe. Just a whisper of tires on wet road. Headlights sweep forward. Then it's gone. Disappeared into the city, into the night, into whatever destination it saw. You remain, walking, steady, continuing. The path ahead looks darker now. Fewer lamps, wider spacing. The darkness between lights grows. But it's not threatening, not dangerous, just darker, just less illuminated. You can still see, still make out the path, still know where to step. The rain helps somehow. It catches what light there is, reflects it, spreads it, makes the darkness less complete. You move into this darker section. The sounds become more intimate, closer. The rain on your jacket, on the stone near your feet, your breathing, your footsteps. These are the sounds that matter now. These are what you hear. The river is still there. To your left, moving, dark, but quieter now. Or you're less aware of it. Your attention has shifted, inward, closer, more immediate. That's fine. That's natural. Attention shifts, focus changes. You don't control it. It happens. You accept it. The embankment begins to curve again, more noticeably this time. The river curves, the path follows. You follow the path. Simple, direct, no choices needed, just following, just continuing, just being here, in this moment, in this curve, in this rain. The curve brings you closer to buildings. The embankment narrows. The city presses closer. The open feeling of the riverside begins to fade. You're moving back toward the urban, back toward streets, back toward the enclosed spaces between structures. A junction appears ahead, where the embankment meets a street, where the riverside path connects to the city proper. You reach it. You turn right, away from the river now, into the street. The buildings rise on both sides, closer, taller, more present. The street is narrow, not tiny, but narrower than the embankment, more intimate. The rain falls between the buildings, funneled by their walls. The sound echoes slightly, contained by stone and brick. You walk up the gentle incline. Streets near rivers often slope, leading away from the water, leading up to higher ground. You climb without effort, just walking, just moving forward. The slope is barely noticeable, but it's there. The street continues. Buildings on both sides. 4 stories. 5. Stone, brick, windows, doors. The architecture of central London. Old, solid, built to last. Built centuries ago. Still standing, still serving, still housing people, still part of the city's fabric. You pass a doorway, recessed, dark. The rain doesn't reach the back of it. A small dry spot in a wet world. Empty, waiting. You continue. Another lamp ahead, mounted on a building wall. It casts light down, creates a pool of illumination on the wet pavement. You enter the light, pass through it, exit into darkness beyond. The rhythm continues. Light, dark, walking, breathing, rain, always rain. The street continues upward, slight, steady, leading away from the river now. The buildings stand closer on both sides, stone fronts, brick edges, windows darkened or dimly lit. You walk between them. The rain falls straight, uninterrupted by a wind, just falling, just landing, just continuing its descent from clouds you cannot see. Your footsteps echo slightly. The narrow street contains sound differently than the open embankment. Everything bounces back, quiet but present. The rain on stone, your breathing, your steps, all contained within these walls. These structures built long ago, still standing, still serving their purpose. A window shows warm light, 2nd floor, curtains drawn but glowing from within. Someone is home, someone is inside, dry, warm. You are outside, wet, walking. Both states exist simultaneously. Neither better, neither worse, just different, just separate. You continue past the window, past the light, back into the darker sections between lamps. The street curves gently left. You follow it, no choice required. The pavement guides you, the buildings channel you. You move where the city allows movement, where paths have been established, where routes have been carved through centuries of use. You are one walker among millions who have walked here. Your steps add to the accumulation, temporary, forgotten, but real. Another lamp ahead. Different style than before, older perhaps, or styled to look older. Black metal, glass panels, light inside. It casts downward, creating a cone of illumination. You approach it, enter the light, pass beneath it, exit into darkness beyond. The rhythm persists, predictable, comforting in its predictability. The rain continues without change. No heavier, no lighter, just steady, just consistent. The sound remains constant, a backdrop to everything else, to footsteps, to breathing, to the occasional distant sound of traffic somewhere beyond these narrow streets. The rain connects everything, falls on everything, touches everything equally. You reach a junction, 4 streets meeting, a small intersection, not grand, not significant, just functional, a place where routes cross. You turn right. The street ahead looks similar to the one you just left. Stone buildings, wet pavement, lamps spaced along the way. Similar, but not identical. Each street has its own character, subtle differences, variations in architecture, in width, in the spacing of windows. This street is slightly wider, room for 2 cars to pass, though no cars are present now. Just you, just the rain, just the wet pavement stretching ahead into darkness and intermittent light. You walk down the center. No reason to stay to one side. No traffic to avoid. Just walking where you choose to walk. The buildings here are uniform. Same height, same style. Built together, perhaps. Planned as a unit. Their windows align horizontally. Their doors are evenly spaced. There is order here. Intentional design. Victorian, perhaps. Or Georgian. The specifics don't matter. The feeling of age matters. Of permanence. Of continuity through time. You pass another doorway. Recessed. Steps leading up to it. The rain doesn't reach the door itself. The overhang protects it. A small dry space in the wet city. The door is dark wood. Heavy. Solid. It would make a particular sound if opened. A creak, perhaps, or a solid thunk. You will not hear that sound. You are walking, not entering, just passing, just moving forward. The street continues straight now. No curves, just extending ahead, lamp after lamp, creating pools of light with darkness between. You move through them. Light, dark, light, dark. The pattern continues. Your eyes adjust, then readjust, then adjust again. The pupils are widening and narrowing with each transition. Automatic, unconscious. Your body managing itself while you walk. A puddle ahead, larger than others, spanning the width of the pavement. You cannot avoid it. You walk through it. Your feet break the surface. Water displaces. Ripples spread outward. The reflection of the nearest lamp fractures, then slowly reforms as the ripples settle. You are already past, already continuing. The puddle returns to stillness behind you. The rain on your jacket has soaked through in places, shoulders, back. The fabric can only resist for so long. Eventually, water finds its way, seeps through, reaches the layers beneath. You feel dampness, not uncomfortable, just present, just real. A reminder of where you are, what you are doing, walking in rain, being wet, accepting it. Another junction approaches. larger this time. A main road crossing this smaller street. You reach the corner, look both ways from habit. No traffic. The road is empty. Wet tarmac stretching left and right. Painted lines barely visible, faded by time and traffic. You cross. Your footsteps sound different on tarmac. Less echo, more absorption. The surface drinks the sound. On the far side, you enter another narrow street, back between buildings, back into the enclosed feeling. The main road was a brief opening. Now you are contained again, channeled, guided. The buildings rise 4 stories, 5. Their upper floors disappear into darkness. Only the ground floors catch lamplight. The rest exists in shadow, in the space above where light doesn't reach. This street slopes downward now, gently, almost imperceptibly, but you feel it in your legs, in how your weight shifts, in the slight change of effort required. Going down is easier than going up. Gravity assists. You descend without thinking about descending. Just walking, just following the path. The buildings here are older, or look older, less uniform, different heights, different styles, built at different times by different people with different purposes. They stand together now, side by side, sharing walls, sharing history, sharing the rain that falls on all of them equally. A cat crosses ahead, dark shape moving quickly. It disappears between 2 buildings, gone in seconds, present then absent. A brief moment of life, of movement other than your own. The city contains other creatures, other beings moving through the night, mostly unseen, mostly going about their own purposes. The cat's gone. You are still here, still walking, still moving forward. The slope levels out. The street flattens. You continue on flat ground now, easier, more neutral. No resistance, no assistance, just forward motion on the level pavement. The rain maintains its steady presence, never stopping, never changing, just falling, just being rain. You pass a small courtyard, set back from the street, iron railings separated from the pavement. Inside the railings are plants, shrubs, small trees, all wet, all dripping. The rain falls on leaves, makes different sounds, softer, more varied. The patter of water on vegetation. Then you pass beyond it, back to stone and brick, back to the hard surfaces that define most of the city. The street widens ahead, opens into a small square, not grand, not formal, just a widening of space. Buildings frame it on all sides. In the center is empty pavement, wet, dark, no traffic, no people, just space. You walk across it. The openness feels different after the narrow street, more exposed, more vulnerable, but nothing threatens, nothing disturbs, just rain, just night, just walking. On the far side of the square, another street begins. You enter it. The buildings close in again. The familiar feeling returns, enclosed, guided. The street curves gently right. You follow the curve. Your direction changes without decision. The street decides. You follow. A red bus passes on a parallel street. You hear it more than see it. The sound of engine, of wheels on wet road. A splash of water displaced. The sound fades. The bus moves away, continuing its route, carrying passengers to destinations you will never know. The city continues around you. Life continues. Movement continues. You are part of it. One element among many. The buildings here have shops on the ground floor, all closed now. Metal shutters pulled down, windows dark, signs unlit. During day, these would be open, active, full of people and purpose. Now they sleep. Now they wait for morning. The rain falls on their shutters, on their doorways, on the empty pavement in front of them. You pass a phone box. Red, classic design, glass panels, some cracked, some missing. Inside, it is lit. Yellow light. The phone itself is probably broken. Most are now. But the box remains. The light remains. A small beacon in the darkness. You pass it, leave it behind. It continues being lit for whoever comes next. The street narrows again, becomes more residential. The shops end. Houses begin. Terraced houses, attached to each other, sharing walls. Their front doors open directly onto the pavement. No gardens here. No space between home and street. Just threshold. Just the boundary between inside and outside, between private and public. Some windows show light, others are dark. People sleeping, or away, or simply preferring darkness. You cannot know. You only see what is visible. Lit windows, dark windows, curtains, blinds. The external evidence of lives being lived inside, of spaces occupied, of homes being homes. The rain has created small rivers in the gutters, water flowing downhill, following gravity, following the path of least resistance, carrying debris, leaves, small pieces of litter, all moving together, all flowing toward drains, toward sewers, toward the underground waterways that channel rain away from streets, away from homes, away from the surfaces people walk on. You continue through this residential stretch. The houses seem endless, one after another. Same style, same structure, different only in small details. A different color door, different curtains, different number plates, but fundamentally the same. Built together, part of a single development, a single vision made real in brick and mortar. The street curves left, then right. Gentle curves, not sharp turns, just following the natural contours of land, following the path established long ago when this area was first developed, when streets were laid out, when the pattern of the city was carved into earth and stone. A taxi passes, black, classic London taxi. Its engine is quiet, modern. It moves smoothly through the rain. Headlights illuminate the wet street ahead of it. Then it is past, continuing toward whatever destination its passenger seeks. You remain, walking, steady, unchanged by its passing. The houses end. The street opens into a wider road. Not a main road, but wider than where you have been. Trees line both sides, bare branches reaching upward. Rain falls through them, drips from them. The trees are dark shapes against the slightly lighter sky. You cannot see the sky itself, just a sense of it, a feeling of space above, of openness beyond the buildings. You walk beneath the trees. Their branches form a canopy overhead, incomplete, full of gaps, but still present, still creating a sense of covering. The rain falls through, lands on pavement, lands on you, continues its journey downward, toward ground, toward drains, toward its eventual destination. The road curves gently, following the line of trees. You follow both, road and trees, moving together, moving forward. The rhythm of walking continues. Footsteps, breathing, rain, the same elements combining, creating the experience of this moment, of this walk, of this night. More houses appear, different style now, larger, set back from the road, with front gardens, small spaces between home and street. Walls separate them, low walls, brick or stone, marking boundaries, defining property, separating private from public. The gardens are dark, wet. Whatever grows there is invisible now. Hidden by night, hidden by rain. You pass gate after gate, entrance after entrance, each leading to a home, each home containing people, lives, stories, all unknown to you, all existing independently of your awareness. The city contains millions of these separate existences, all happening simultaneously, all real, all valid. You are one among millions, walking while others sleep, moving while others rest. The road continues, straight now, no curves, just extending ahead into darkness. Lamps provide light at intervals. Their spacing is regular, planned, intentional. Between them is darkness, deeper than before. The trees absorb light. The gardens absorb light. Less reflects, less returns. The darkness is more complete. You walk through it, through the darkness, through the rain. Your eyes adjust. Details emerge, shapes, outlines, the suggestion of forms, not clarity, but enough. Enough to see, enough to navigate, enough to continue. The road stretches ahead. No curves now, just a straight line through the darkness. The rain continues, steady, unchanging. It has been falling since you began. It will continue falling after you finish. This is simply one moment within a longer pattern, one walk within many. You continue forward. The pavement is slick beneath your feet, wet, smooth. The water pools in shallow depressions, small puddles reflecting light from above. The reflections shimmer slightly when rain hits them, circles expanding outward, overlapping, creating patterns that last only moments before dissolving. The trees thin out, fewer branches overhead, more sky visible. Not that you can see the sky itself, just a sense of openness above, a feeling of space. The clouds are somewhere up there, invisible, releasing raw, in steady rhythm. The houses continue on both sides, set back from the road, behind walls, behind gardens, dark shapes against darker backgrounds. Windows occasionally show light, warm light from within. Lives continuing inside, people in rooms, watching television, reading, sleeping. You pass them all. An outside observer, moving through the night while they remain stationary. The rain falls on everything equally. On the road, on the houses, on the walls and gardens, on parked cars lined along the street. On you, it makes no distinction. Everything receives the same treatment, the same steady fall of water from above. A bus approaches from behind. You hear its engine first, low rumble growing louder. Then it passes, large, red, nearly empty. A few passengers visible through lit windows, sitting in seats, looking at phones, looking at nothing. The bus continues past, its taillights red in the darkness, growing smaller, then gone around a curve ahead. You reach an intersection, 4 roads meeting, traffic lights suspended above. They cycle through their pattern, red, amber, green. The colors reflect in wet pavement, elongated streaks of color reaching across the road surface. You cross. The rain continues. Your footsteps continue. The rhythm remains unchanged. More houses, different style now, smaller, terraced, built directly against each other. No space between. One continuous row of homes, each identical in structure, different only in details. Some have painted doors, blue, red, black. Some have small front steps. Others are level with the pavement. But the basic form is the same, repeated again and again along the street. The windows are dark mostly. Occasional light shows, but most are dark. Curtains drawn, blinds closed. The occupants asleep or preparing for sleep. The street is quiet. Few cars, fewer people. Just you and the rain and the endless repetition of houses. A cat appears, black shape moving along a wall. It pauses, looks towards you, eyes catching light, reflecting. Then it continues, disappearing into shadows between houses. Gone. The rain falls. straight down. No wind to push it sideways, just gravity pulling it toward ground, each drop following the same path, falling from cloud to earth. Some hit you, most hit pavement. All eventually reach ground. The sound is constant. Soft patter on the various surfaces. Harder surfaces create sharper, ounds. Softer surfaces absorb more, create duller impacts. But all of it together creates a single continuous sound, a blanket of noise, covering everything. The road curves left, gentle curve, not sharp. You follow it. The houses continue. The pattern continues. Everything continues in the same way it has been. The curve straightens. The road extends ahead again. Lampposts mark intervals. Their light creates circles on wet pavement, overlapping circles of illumination. Between them is darkness, but not complete darkness. Ambient light from the city, from distant sources, reflected off clouds, off rain, creating a general glow, enough to see by, enough to navigate. A car passes, headlights bright, then gone. The street returns to its previous state, quiet, wet, empty except for you. You skikksni. Continue walking. The houses begin to change again, larger, detached, with driveways, with larger gardens, more space between them. The street feels wider, more open, less enclosed. The trees return, lining both sides, bare branches dark against the sky. Rain drips from them, steady dripping in addition to the falling rain, creating layered sound. Rain from sky, drips from branches, all mixing together. The pavement beneath changes texture, rougher now, more grip. Water doesn't pool as much here. It drains away faster, into gutters, into drains, continuing its journey downward, toward sewers, toward the river, toward the sea eventually. But that is far away. Many miles, many hours of flowing. Right now, it simply moves from where it falls, seeking lower ground, following gravity. You pass a small park, open space behind iron railings, grass invisible in darkness, trees standing throughout, a path visible, pale line through darkness, empty benches placed at intervals, wet, unused. The park is closed at night, gates locked, but visible through the railings, a space of nature within the city, maintained, planned, not wild, but not fully urban either. Something between. The railings end, the houses resume, back to the terrace style. Continuous rows, one after another. The street extends ahead, straight for a long distance. You can see far ahead. Lights stretching away, creating a corridor of illumination through the darkness. You walk toward it, toward the lights, toward the continuation of the street. Your pace remains steady. Not fast, not slow, just consistent, sustainable. A pace you could maintain for hours. The kind of walking that becomes automatic, that requires no thought, just movement, just continuation. The rain continues falling. It has not stopped. It shows no sign of stopping. This is London rain, persistent, patient. It can fall for hours, for days. It does not need to be heavy. It simply needs to continue. And it does, minute after minute, hour after hour. You pass more houses, more windows, more doors, more lives contained within walls, all separate from you, all existing in their own spaces, their own realities. You are outside, moving through shared space, public space. The street belongs to everyone and no one. It simply exists, a path through the city. You are using it. Others have used it. Others will use it. But right now, it is empty except for you. A bus stop appears, shelter with a roof, plastic or glass sides, a bench inside, empty. The roof drips with rain, water running off edges. creating small waterfalls, tiny temporary streams falling to pavement. You continue past it, past the shelter, past the bench, back into the open, back into the rain. It falls on you, on your shoulders, on your head. You feel it, acknowledge it, continue despite it, or perhaps because of it. The rain is the reason for this walk, the context within which everything else occurs. Without rain, this would be different. Less interesting, perhaps, less atmospheric. The rain creates texture, creates sound, creates reflection and movement in ways that dry nights do not. The street begins to slope downward, gently, barely noticeable at first, but definitely downward. The gradient is slight but consistent. You descend. The houses on either side seem to rise higher relative to you. Their foundations elevated, steps leading up to doors, small retaining walls holding back gardens. The downward slope continues. Water flows along gutters, following the slope, moving faster now, gravity pulling it. It gathers in streams, miniature rivers flowing along the curb, disappearing into drains. The sound changes slightly. The flowing water adds new tones, gurgling, rushing, mixing with rain. The slope levels out, the street flattens, the flowing water slows, spreads, pools again in slight depressions. The houses change once more, Victorian style now, brick, bay windows, pointed roofs, elaborate details in the brickwork. These houses are older, built in a different era, with different priorities, different aesthetics. They have stood here for over a century, seen generations of residents, witnessed changes in the city around them, but they remain solid, permanent, more permanent than the people who inhabit them. You continue past them, past their history, past their stories. You are simply passing through, a temporary presence in their existence. The rain falls on them as it falls on everything else, on their roofs, on their walls, on the small front gardens, on the iron railings that separate private property from public street. Everything wet, everything glistening. The street lamps create halos in the rain, diffused light, softer than on dry nights. The water in the air scatters the light, spreads it, makes it less focused, but more present, filling the space between things. A cyclist passes, moving slowly, carefully. The wet road is slippery, dangerous at speed. They wear reflective clothing, bright stripes catching light. They pass without sound except for the hiss of tires on wet pavement. Then they are ahead, moving away, disappearing into the distance. The street continues, always continues. London is vast, endless streets, endless houses. You could walk all night and never cover it all, never see everything. This is just one route, one path through millions of possible paths. But it is the path you are on, the one you are experiencing, the one that exists for you in this moment. More houses, more walls, more gates. The repetition is not boring. It is soothing, predictable, safe. You know what comes next. More of the same. Variations on a theme. Different details, but similar overall. This predictability is comforting. It allows your mind to rest, to stop anticipating, to simply exist within the experience. The rain provides constant background, constant sound, constant sensation. It anchors the experience, gives it continuity. Everything else may change, the houses, the street, the lighting, but the rain remains, steady, unchanging, reliable. You pass a small shop, closed now, dark inside, but window displays still visible, vague shapes behind glass, products waiting for morning, for customers, for the return of business. But now it is simply a dark space, a break in the residential pattern, soon past, soon return to houses. The pattern resumes. The street widens. Junction ahead. Multiple roads meeting. Traffic lights present, but cycling through patterns with no traffic to control. You cross. Continue on the other side. The street narrows again. Back to residential scale. Back to the enclosed feeling of houses on both sides. Trees overhead again, creating a tunnel effect. Branches meeting above the street. Not fully, not completely, but enough to create a sense of covering, of shelter. The rain filters through, drips from branches, falls from leaves long gone, just bare branches now. Winter branches, skeletal against the sky. You continue beneath them, through the tunnel they create. The sound changes here, more echoing. The trees and houses create walls. Sound reflects between them, bounces back and forth. The rain sounds louder here, more present, more immediate. Then the trees end. The street opens. The sound changes again. Less echo, more open. The rain falls into open space, disperses. You emerge into a wider area, not quite a square, just a widening of the street. A small green in the center, grass, a few trees, benches around the perimeter, all empty, all wet. You skirt around the edge, following the pavement, passing the benches, passing the trees, back to narrow street on the other side. The houses resume. The pattern continues. Everything continues as it has been, as it will continue to be. You walk through the steady rain. The sound is soft, constant. It covers everything. The pavement stretches ahead, wet, reflecting light from distant lamps. You continue forward, one step, then another. The rhythm is familiar now, comfortable. The rain falls on your shoulders, on the top of your head. Gentle pressure, cool but not cold. You are still moving through London, still walking, still listening to the rain. The street curves slightly, not sharply, just a gentle bend. You follow it naturally. The houses continue on both sides, tall, narrow, windows dark or showing faint light behind curtains. You pass them slowly, one after another. The pattern repeats. Gates, steps, front doors, small gardens behind iron railings, everything wet, everything glistening. The rain continues without pause, without change. It is the constant in this walk, the thread that ties everything together. A car approaches from behind. You hear the tires on wet road. A soft hiss, growing louder. Then it passes, red tail lights moving away, reflecting in puddles. Then it is gone. The street is quiet again. Just rain, just footsteps, just breathing. You continue forward. The pavement is uneven in places. Old stones, old construction. You adjust your steps automatically, without thinking. Your body knows how to walk. Your mind can rest. The street widens ahead, opens into a larger space. Not a square, just a junction where several roads meet. Traffic lights cycle through their patterns, red, amber, green. But no traffic comes. You cross when the light permits. Habit, even in emptiness. Then you are on the other side. The street narrows again, back to residential, back to the familiar pattern of houses and gates and small front gardens. You pass a postbox, red, standing at the corner, wet and dark in the rain. A small landmark, a point of reference. Then it is behind you. You continue. The houses here are slightly different, older perhaps, or just built in a different style. The details vary. Window shapes, door colors, the height of steps. But the overall feeling remains the same. Residential, quiet, safe. The rain falls on all of it equally, makes everything part of the same wet nighttime world. Another tree ahead, bare branches reaching up and out. Rain drips from the ends of twigs, falls in larger drops than the rain itself. You pass beneath. Feel the heavier drops. Then you are beyond. Back to normal rain. The tree is behind. The street continues. You follow. There is no decision to make. Just forward. Just continuing. Just being present in this moment. In this rain. In this walk. The lighting changes. The street lamps here are different. Older style. Cast iron. With glass panels. They create pools of warm light. Circles on the wet pavement. You walk through one. Then darkness. Then another pool of light. The rhythm of light and shadow. It creates a pattern. A visual rhythm that matches your steps. One light. Darkness. Next light. Darkness. Repeating. You move through it without thought. A cat appears, sitting under a parked car, sheltered from rain, eyes reflecting light. Watching you pass, you continue. The cat remains, a small life, a small presence in the night. Then it is behind you, out of sight. You do not look back, you only move forward. The rain continues, your footsteps continue, everything continues. The street slopes downward, not steeply, just a gentle decline. You adjust your pace, slightly slower. Gravity pulls you forward, but you resist. Keep the same steady rhythm, the same pace you have maintained. The rain runs down the slope, flows in thin streams along the curb, disappears into drains. The sound of water flowing, mixing with rain, creating layers of sound, all gentle, all constant. At the bottom of the slope, the street levels. You continue on flat ground. The houses continue. The pattern continues. Everything continues as it has been, as it will be. The rain provides continuity. It has been falling since the beginning. It will continue falling. It defines this experience, makes it cohesive, makes it whole. You pass a small park, just a gap between houses, a patch of grass, a few trees, a bench facing inward, all dark, all wet. The grass looks black in the dim light. The trees are shadows. You walk past the opening. Then houses resume. The park is gone. A brief variation. Now return to the standard pattern. The walk continues. More steps, more pavement, more rain. The repetition is not boring. It is the point. It is the purpose. Your mind does not need novelty. It needs consistency, predictability, safety. The walk provides this. The rain provides this. You are held within a pattern that requires nothing of you. You simply exist within it. Moving forward, breathing, present. A distant sound, a train perhaps, or a large truck on a faraway road. The sound is muffled by rain and distance. It fades quickly, returns to silence, returns to rain. The interruption was minimal, already forgotten. You continue walking. The houses continue. The street continues. The rain continues. Everything continues. The pavement here is lined with small front gardens. Most are simple, low walls, a few plants. Some have been paved over for easier maintenance. Others have grass. All are dark. All are wet. You pass them one by one. Each slightly different. Each essentially the same. The rhythm of passing, the rhythm of walking, the rhythm of rain. You reach another junction, smaller than the last, just 2 streets crossing. You continue straight, no turn, no change in direction, just straight ahead. The crossing takes only seconds. Then you are back in the residential street, back in the familiar pattern. The rain has never stopped, not for a moment. It is the constant backdrop, the foundation of everything else. The air feels heavy with moisture, thick. Each breath brings in dampness, cool and wet. It fills your lungs, refreshing in a way. The oxygen mixed with water. You breathe steadily, naturally, without thought. Your body manages itself. Your mind simply observes, simply exists. Another cyclist passes, going the opposite direction, their light creating a moving circle on the ground. They pass quickly, silently except for tires on wet road. Then they are gone, behind you, disappearing into the distance. You continue forward, alone again. Just you and the rain and the empty street. The houses here have small front yards, some with hedges, some with low brick walls, some with iron fences, all boundaries, all separations between public and private. You walk the public side, the pavement, the street, the shared space. Behind the boundaries are private lives, private worlds, but you see only exteriors, only surfaces, only what the rain touches. A window shows light, warm, yellow, curtains drawn but not completely closed, a gap showing light, life inside, someone awake, or a light left on. You do not know. You pass without seeing more. The light falls behind. You move forward into more darkness, more rain, more walking. The street bends again. Another gentle curve. You follow it. The pavement guides you. Your feet know where to go. You do not think about navigation. You simply walk. Trust the path. Trust your feet. Trust the process. The rain falls. You walk. Time passes. Distance passes. You remain in the present moment. More houses, more gates, more small gardens. The pattern is deeply familiar now, comforting in its repetition. Each house slightly different, but part of the same whole. Each garden unique, but fundamentally similar. The rain treats them all equally, falls on all surfaces, all boundaries, all distinctions, makes everything wet, makes everything part of the rainy night. You pass a street sign, dark metal, white letters. You do not read it, do not need to. The name does not matter. The direction does not matter. Only the walking matters. Only the rain matters. Only this moment matters. You continue past the sign. It becomes part of the background, part of the many details you pass without noting. The rhythm of your steps is steady, unchanging. You have found a pace that works, that feels natural, that requires no adjustment. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. The pattern is automatic. Your body maintains it without instruction. Your mind is free, free to rest, free to simply be present, free to listen to the rain. Water pools in a depression in the pavement, a small puddle. You step around it, continue forward. More puddles ahead. You navigate around them automatically, without breaking rhythm, without thinking. Your body handles the practical details. Your mind remains quiet, calm, at peace. The rain is lighter now, not by much, just slightly, less intense, but still present, still falling, still creating sound. The change is subtle, almost unnoticeable, but the sound is slightly softer, the drops slightly smaller. Still rain, still constant, just a different intensity, a variation within the pattern. You continue walking, the houses continue, the street continues, everything continues as before. The lighter rain changes nothing fundamental. The experience remains the same. Walking, rain, night, London. The essential elements unchanged, only minor variations within the larger pattern. Within the larger experience, a light goes off in a window. Someone going to sleep perhaps, or just changing rooms, or leaving. You do not know. You see only the effect, light present, then light absent. Then you have passed. The window is behind you. You move forward, always forward, never back. The walk has direction, has momentum, has purpose, even if that purpose is simply to continue. More street lamps, more pools of light, more shadows between. The pattern repeats endlessly, will repeat as long as you walk, as long as the street exists, As long as London exists, the lamps will continue marking the darkness, creating points of reference, creating rhythm. You walk through them, one after another, light, dark, light, dark. The pattern holds. The rain finds every surface, falls on metal, on stone, on brick, on glass, on wood, on concrete, on earth. Each surface receives rain differently, creates different sound, different texture, different experience, but all receive rain. All are touched by it. All become part of the rainy night, part of this moment, part of this walk. You are still walking, still moving through London, still listening to rain. The walk continues, will continue, must continue. There is no end point, no destination, only the walking itself, only the rain itself, only the present moment stretching forward, endless, eternal. Now, the street curves right, then left, small adjustments in direction. You follow without thinking. Your feet know the way. The pavement guides you. The rain continues a steady fall, unchanging, reliable. The sound fills every space, every silence, every gap between buildings. You pass another row of houses, terraced, uniform height, windows dark. A few show the glow of a lamp left on. Most are black, empty looking, people inside sleeping, or away. You do not know. You only see surfaces, wet brick, dark windows, closed doors. The street narrows, buildings closer together. The space above feels smaller, more enclosed. The rain echoes slightly here, bouncing between walls, creating layers of sound. You hear it falling, you hear it landing, you hear it dripping from edges and corners, all mixing together. A small van is parked on the left, white, covered in rain. Water droplets cover every surface. The windows are fogged. You cannot see inside. You pass it. Your reflection appears briefly in the side panel, a dark shape, moving, then gone. You continue forward. The pavement is uneven here. Old stones, worn smooth by years of footsteps, by decades of use. You adjust your steps, automatically, without thought. Your body handles the terrain. Your mind remains quiet, resting. The rain continues to fall. Another junction ahead. 2 streets meeting. You reach the corner. Look both ways from habit. Nothing comes. The road is empty, wet and dark. You cross. Your footsteps sound different on the road surface. Less echo, more absorption. Then you are on the pavement again. The sound changes back. More houses. These are smaller, single story, or with very low upper floors. The roof line is lower than before. The scale is different, more intimate, more contained. Rain falls on the roofs, runs down to gutters, flows away through down pipes. You can hear the water moving, gurgling in pipes, rushing through drains. You pass a small garden, just a patch behind railings, a few shrubs, dark and wet. The rain falls on leaves, creates soft sounds, different from rain on stone, more gentle, more absorbing. Then you are past, back to brick and pavement. The street widens slightly, not much, just enough to feel less enclosed. The buildings pull back, create more space, more air. The rain falls into this space, fills it. The sound is less concentrated, more dispersed, spreading outward rather than bouncing back. A light appears in a window. 2nd floor. Just a dim glow. Someone moving around perhaps, or waking, or unable to sleep. The light stays on as you pass. Then you are beyond it. The window behind you, the light continuing without you. You walk through another pool of lamplight, the circle on the wet pavement, then darkness, then another lamp ahead. The rhythm continues, has been continuing, will continue. Light and shadow, endless repetition, endless pattern. The rain is steady, not heavy, not light, just steady, consistent, the same intensity it has maintained, the same presence. It falls on you, on the street, on everything, making no distinction, treating all surfaces equally, all spaces, all moments. Another car passes, slow. Its headlights sweep across wet brick, across windows, across you. Then it's gone. The street returns to its previous state, empty, quiet, just rain and footsteps and the occasional distant sound of the city continuing. You pass a postbox, red, set into a wall, wet and gleaming, a point of color in the darkness. Then it is behind you, part of what was, not what is. You move forward, always forward. The direction is constant, even if the path curves. The buildings here are older, Victorian perhaps. Elaborate brickwork, arched windows, decorative details, all dark now, all wet. The rain obscures some details, softens edges, makes everything blend slightly, less distinct, more unified in wetness and darkness. A bus stop shelter appears on your right, empty. The bench inside is wet. Rain has blown in. The roof only partially protects. You continue past. You are not waiting for a bus. You are walking, moving, continuing through the night. The street slopes downward again, gently. You feel the change in your legs, the slight shift in effort. Going down is easier, requires less. You maintain your pace. The rain maintains its pace, both continuing steadily. At the bottom, the street levels, opens into a small square, not large, just a widening, a few benches around the edges, all empty, all wet. In the center is paving, dark, reflecting light from distant lamps. You walk across. The open space feels different, more exposed, but nothing threatens, just space. On the far side, another street begins. You enter it. The buildings close in again. The familiar feeling returns, guided, contained, safe. The rain falls on the narrow street, on the buildings, on you. Everything continues as before. You pass more houses, more windows, more doors. The pattern is deeply established now, familiar beyond thought. You notice without noticing, see without focusing. Your attention has softened, spread out, no longer concentrated on individual details, but on the whole experience, the totality of walking, rain, night. Your breathing is slow, deep, natural, in and out, in and out. The rhythm of breath matches the rhythm of steps, both automatic, both requiring no thought. Your body manages itself, continues itself. You simply exist within it. The rain sounds different on different surfaces. You notice this without thinking about it. Stone creates one sound, brick another, metal something else, glass another, all mixing together, creating a complex soundscape. But your brain processes it as one thing. Rain, just rain, another street lamp, another circle of light. You walk through it. The rain becomes visible in the light, tiny streaks fall in. Then you are past, back in softer darkness. The rain invisible again, but still present, still felt, still heard. The street continues straight for a long stretch. No curves, no turns, just straight ahead. Lamp after lamp marking the distance. You walk toward them, through them, beyond them. The pattern repeats, will continue repeating. A taxi passes, black, classic shape, moving slowly. Its tires hiss on wet road. The sound grows, peaks, fades. Then silence returns, silence filled with rain. The rain that never stops, that defines this entire experience. You pass a small alley, dark, narrow. You can see only a few feet into it. Then darkness. You continue on the main street. No reason to turn. No need to explore. The path you are on is enough, is everything. More houses, more walls, more gates. The repetition is complete now, total. Your mind has accepted it, rest in it, no longer seeks variation, simply exists within the pattern, within the walking, within the rain. The pavement beneath is smooth here, well maintained, no cracks, no unevenness. Your steps are consistent, regular. The sound they make is rhythmic, predictable, soothing in its regularity. You reach another junction, larger than some, smaller than others. Traffic lights cycle through their patterns. Red, amber, green. You wait, cross when green, continue on the other side. The street resumes, the houses resume, everything resumes. The rain falls on your head, on your shoulders, on your back. You feel the weight of it. Light, barely there, but present, constant, cool, refreshing in a way. The dampness seeping through layers, reaching skin. You accept it. Do not resist. Just feel it. Experience it. Another window shows light. Ground floor this time. Curtains open slightly. You glimpse a hallway. Wooden floor. A mirror on the wall. Then you are past. The view is gone. You continue into more darkness, more rain. The street curves left, gentle, following some contour of land, some historical boundary. You follow it. The curve straightens. You are facing a new direction. It does not matter which. Forward is forward. The direction you are moving, the direction you continue. More houses pass, more gates, more small front gardens, all wet, all dark, all part of the same nighttime world. The world of rain and walking, the world you inhabit now. Completely, totally. Your pace has not changed, remains steady, consistent. The same rhythm established early, maintained throughout, will continue maintaining. One foot, then the other. Again, again, endless repetition, endless movement forward. The rain continues, will continue. There is no sign of stopping, no lightning, no change in intensity, just steady fall from invisible clouds, down to earth, down to street, down to everything below. A bus approaches from behind. You hear it, feel it, and it passes, large, red, mostly empty. A few passengers visible through windows, sitting still. Then it is gone, ahead of you, moving away, disappearing. You pass a tree, bare branches, dark against darker sky. Rain drips from branch ends, larger drops than the rain itself. They fall less frequently, but heavier. You pass beneath, feel them, then you are beyond. Back to normal rain. The street continues, long, straight, unchanging. Houses on both sides, lamps at intervals, darkness between, rain on everything. The pattern holds, stable, reliable, predictable, safe. More steps, more pavement, more rain. The elements continue, combine, create this moment, this experience, this walk. You are part of it, moving through it, being within it, present, here, now. The rain falls, your feet move, your breath continues, everything continues. The walk goes on, into the night, into the rain, into the endless pattern of London streets, wet, dark, quiet, continuing.